Welcome back to RedLip Talk Podcast, episode 36, with your girl Spice Divas. And I got a beautiful guest on here today. But first and foremost, we got to pull that song. I want them to get that song out. It's your birthday when we leaving off this segment. Look for that song for us, production, because it's her birthday.
Yes, it is.
Happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
And we're not going to tell you age because I have a thing of always asking people their age, and I get in trouble for that every time on the podcast.
Okay, yeah.
So,
we're just gonna let them guess how old I am.
Yes,
how old do you think I am?
Yes, how old she is. But thank you for coming on with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So Myraeionne Jones.
Yes,
right.
Yes,
That's
yes,
your name,
yes,
right?
Yes.
So tell the people a little bit about yourself. You know, like what you do and stuff, and
Okay. Yes. I do sort of like social work. Residential with youth from the ages of 16 to 24.
Yeah.
I work with them with independent living skills, life skills, and things as such.
Yes. You know what's funny, Myraeionne? I was in that field.
Yes.
I tell people that. People don't know that. Well, some people do. I was in that field from, I want to say, the age 19 to 40.
Right. Okay.
I worked with individuals that had developmental disabilities. I used to be over like 16 group homes
right.
for people that had developmental disabilities. And that field, I know you say you're dealing with the youth from 16 to 24.
Yes.
Some of my group homes was individuals of that age.
Of that age
caliber.
range.
Yeah, and it's very needed, and it's an honor that you actually is doing it, because it's a high I want to say energy job.
Yes,
you gotta be motivated.
Right, you have to be. You have to be with those different types of groups, of age groups.
Yeah.
Yes, they're very impressionable. At the same time, they think they know everything.
They think they know. Well, my 14-year-old, he like that now.
Right.
He think he know everything. Very impressionable. But he think I got a 14-year-old and I have a 22-year-old daughter.
Yeah. Yes.
So I got them in your age group, the kids that you work with.
Right. Yes.
So let's talk about this season, this holiday. That's why I wore my shiny today.
Oh, right.
Because it's holiday season.
Yes, and you look very beautiful.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
So even though it's like gloomy outside, we're still bringing the sunshine. Me and Myraeionne,
yes,
we're still bringing the sunshine out here. But let's talk about the loneliness around this time with the kids.
And it's funny you should say that it's gloomy outside, because that brings on some of the depression that we have to deal with. They may call it like seasonal depression. So this time of the year, when it's cold and it's gloomy and it's dark, it brings on depression. You know, with our youth that has already like mental illnesses.
Yeah.
So around this time, around Christmas time, they seem to get lonely. And we have to come up with like coping skills to deal with loneliness.
Yeah.
And one of the things are that, we have to keep them entertained.
Yes.
They come from all backgrounds.
Yeah.
So some of them come from being homeless or being in abusive homes or relationships, and they come to us. So they're already dealing with a lot, but when it comes around this time of the year, they get extra lonely. Depressed, or even suicidal. So we just have to remind them that it's temporary. They don't have to make a permanent decision for something that's temporary. And so we have coping skills with them, like we make them work out extra, go outside, breathe fresh air, read a book, manage social media a little bit, because it could be good in some ways, but then you looking at other people's lives
and you think they're happy.
Yeah.
But it's always like, I always say that like about social media, Facebook, whatever.
Right.
Because people will post stuff and they'll be in their own depression.
Right.
But they're posting stuff to make it seem like they're happy.
Right.
And it's just to make other people see that it's almost like a self-satisfying or satisfactory thing, or I'm gonna post it, but really I'm going through something.
I'm going through, but I want people to think I'm happy.
I want people to think I'm happy
and have it all. Have it all
and
together.
I really don't.
Right.
But like, what? Like around this time of season, like, what do you think kids of that area, like that caliber, that's going through mental health, or some kids that are probably not even, that's probably undiagnosed.
Right,
that
right,
they
right.
have a mental health illness.
Yeah.
What do you think they really need?
They just need someone know that they care about them. They
Yeah.
just need someone to tell them, hey, I care. You're not alone. You may be feeling lonely, but you're not alone. We are here.
Yeah.
We are here. So
Yeah.
we just like to engage with them, talk to them, really listen.
Yeah.
Sometimes they feel like they don't have anybody that really listens to them. Most people want to talk at them and not really hear what they're saying. So
That's funny you say that, 'cause my son say that all the time.
right.
Mama, you not listening. You just telling me
Right.
what you need me to do and what you need, but you really not listening.
Right.
Now my son is very opinionated.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I have to cap that because he too opinionated.
Right.
And I think there's a lot to do with, we always told him to express themselves.
Right.
But you can express yourself, but don't express yourself to the point where you being a little disrespectful.
Right. Exactly. I deal with the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's a thin line between expressing yourself and being disrespectful. A very thin line. So tread lightly.
Tread lightly.
Tread lightly
And
with
then
that one.
you know too, Myraeionne, like when we were younger, it's certain things
that we couldn't
say.
Yeah.
That these kids today.
Right. And that kind of messed us up a little bit too.
I know.
We have to let the children express themselves. Don't say just shut up, but hear them out. Hear them out, because they may be suffering silently and you not know it. Yeah. So you have to let them get it out, or they may be scared to talk because we teach them, hey, speak when you're spoken to, or don't interrupt me while I'm speaking, say excuse me and stuff like that. So it's a very thin line. Yeah. So you just have to,
kids
can be depressed, right, and you not even know it.
A healthy relationship or healthy communication.
That's it.
Because communication is, there was some, like when I was in school, they used to talk about there's a line or something. Communication is a sender and a receiver.
Right.
Is a sender and a receiver. So if you're just sending,
right, and not receiving,
and we're not there we go.
Yeah, get caught up.
You get caught up.
You have to listen and understand. Listen to understand and not listen to respond.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was looking at some things. I had a few tips on how people should get through the loneliness and coping through the loneliness during holidays. Right. A lot of people around this time too, if you notice, they think about people that they have lost.
Right. That's true.
Because they think about the whole old holidays, and they think that stuff is not supposed to change. Right. So they think about, okay, I lost this one around this holiday, or I'm thinking about my mom, or I'm thinking about my grandmother, because this is what the meal that they cooked and things like that.
If they could cook that same meal, do it. They'll make them feel like they're still there.
Yeah.
So if they got those recipes or remember watching it, let them cook those meals around the holidays. That helps. That really give me chills to think about it, because that happened, with my aunts and some of my uncles. They left those recipes, and, you pay attention to things and not know you're really getting it. You're just watching, and then you got it. So before you know it, like, you can make those muffins. You can make those cakes and stuff that they make. So around the holidays, you can, like, keep that in mind, but start new traditions. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Start new things to help you, if you was used to being at home, eating that, you can cook it, but then, like, plan a vacation. Yeah. Plan a vacation and do something around that time. Don't stick to the things that, because you can slip into that depression, but don't stick to, hey, let's go ahead and make new traditions. Yeah. You can do that. Because,
like, every holiday, I always say, I'm not going to cook. I'm not going to do the same thing everybody's doing. I'm not doing it. It's always in my head, right? But like you said, that I like what you said, because I do try to every year make the gumbo that my grandma made.
Right, do that.
I'm almost there. She had the best gumbo. But I'm almost there. My kids love my gumbo. And it's a tradition that I started with my kids. Let me tell you what we do. Back in the day, you used to have to cook that food at night. But me, I want my food fresh
during the day, especially gumbo.
So I get up at 5, 6 in the morning and cook my food and have it done by 12.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And my kids love it.
Oh, yeah.
Because they get in the kitchen with me.
Oh, yeah.
And that's actually our tradition.
Yeah, making new...
what we do. We're making new traditions.
And memories.
And what about, like, you talk about the... I was thinking about the seniors, like, around this time. They get so lonely.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
They get really, really lonely. And I had pulled up some tips on what they can do around this time of the year when they get lonely. I saw a few of them. It said that maybe you can host a virtual like like a Zoom or
Right,
something.
right.
Since we so technical.
Right, but we have to show our seniors how to do that. Yeah, we got to show them how to do that. But they're catching on pretty fast.
They are.
Right. And Zoom is pretty simple, so they can get on Zoom.
Yeah.
We learned that during COVID.
Yeah.
When we had to stay inside, we got on that Zoom and they learned it quickly.
Because I know I did.
Yeah. So you get on that Zoom, and that is one thing, so they won't feel lonely looking at their family on there. And that is one great coping.
And then me going to the suites of elders, and I'm seeing the elderly there. But half of them, they wasn't lonely because their family want to know when they're getting their hair done.
Right.
When they chop it. One girl said, one elderly said, my grandbaby did my nails.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
She came and did my nails and painted my nails. But coping with the loneliness with seniors, everybody. Because, like you said, this is the season where people do get lonely. And coping with it she gave some excellent tips. Myraeionne gave some excellent start new traditions.
Yeah.
Think about your old traditions that you did.
Right.
With your family.
Them.
Incorporate that too. Be something else you said about depression. Going through I think, I don't know if you said you just got to do something or something like that.
Right.
Something else you said.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
It does help to read books. I mentioned that. Get a book that you like, and don't get into manage social media wisely.
Yeah.
That's one thing. You can use it to get in touch with your family and talk and hold little virtual parties and stuff like that. But you got to be careful of the fakeness of Facebook and things like that. Right.
Of IG.
Right. Don't get caught up in the hoopla. Right. Yeah. Don't get caught up in the whole hoopla of the holidays. Remember the important things. What really matters.
What really matters. So thank you for all your beautiful coping skills and things that you touch on today. We really appreciate you coming in, and especially on your birthday to celebrate with us on her birthday. So y'all give us some shout out, give us some love on my social media.
Yes.
Give her some beautiful happy birthdays. It's her birthday, and she took the time. This is the sister of my boy, Big Faye, Marlon Favorite, and also the beautiful wife of Ronald Jones.
Yes.
And he's close to production in here. So my boy T.
Production's first cousin. Yes.
So you fam all the way.
All the way. We're double related.
You fam all the way.
Yes.
But thank you for taking the time to be on with me today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you so
we
much.
do this thing. Okay, RedLip Talk Podcast. So when I go into the next segment, when we talk about when they say RedLip Talk, like that, okay?
Okay.
So we blow the kiss to the people.
Okay.
I
love blowing kisses.
Yeah. I love blowing kisses. So our next segment, what we're going to have on here today, we got my boy Gee in the building from phenomenal products. These beautiful products, these awesome products that we use at Spice Divas Beauty Bar. And we thank you again for being on with us, giving us them coping skills. Y'all take them coping skills, run with them coping skills, and definitely listen to you. I like that part. I'm going to take with me.
Right.
Listen to your young adults.
Oh, yeah.
Not
definitely.
just talk at them.
Don't talk at them. Listen to them.
Listen to them. Listen to them before we just give them all the things that they need to be doing. Effective communication.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank y'all. Don't go nowhere. This is episode 36 of RedLip Talk Podcast with your girl, Spice Divas, the marketing diva. And now we got my girl on here with us, Myraeionne Jones.